Hi there, Gemini. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for July. The big emphasis this month is going to be on resources. Now, when we say resources, of course, it's a polite word for money. But resources can be our time, it can be our skills, it can be even our property. And certainly, there is going to be the potential for some kind of tension in the first week of this month, simply because something that you want to develop in the here and now may have implications for what you want to do long term. So for example, you may want to remortgage a property in order to put a new kitchen or bathroom in your home or make an extension, or perhaps you want to take on a mortgage in order to move into a property in the first place. But it is going to have a legacy issue, and that's the sort of thing you need to be aware of, particularly where someone else powerful has some kind of influence over you. So, for example, if you go into business and the bank wants to give you the money, but they want to take some kind of charge over your home or possessions, it's something you should consider seriously. Then again, if you're in an existing business situation, you may find yourself seeing things a little bit different from the other people that you're interacting with, and this too can ramp up the pressure. But you could find yourself hugely attracted to someone romantically in the first week of this month, but it won't necessarily be someone you actually like. You may find it hard to understand what their appeal is, but there could be something mesmerizing or potently powerful in their aura that just seems to have you really interested, even if a little voice in the back of your mind is saying go careful. And with Venus also forging a super link with Uranus from the 5th to the 10th, anyone who's a little bit different that you meet socially could certainly intrigue you. You may feel that you want to shake things up a little bit around your friendships and be a little bit more progressive. And if you have got a friend who tends to take you for granted around your possessions or your generosity, that also could be something that you want to look at. Now Saturn, the planet of structure, has been twisting backwards for 5.5 months in your sector linked to business, work, health and your well-being. And if any of these areas have been bogged down or difficult for you, I do feel as it starts to go forward, it can be something that you really are pleased about. Now Jupiter also starts to forge a magical link with Neptune, and this goes from the 7th right through to the end of this month. This is saying to you that when it comes to your professional aspirations, the way ahead, and perhaps even earning more money, won't necessarily be in a hard and fast way. It could be using your imagination and creativity a lot more. So if you have a hobby, for example, that you really enjoy, start to think more seriously about how you can convert this to something more remunerative for you in the here and now. Now on the 14th, Mars is going to move into this area of resources, and Mars is the planet of instant gratification, so when it comes to your sex life, this can ramp up the temperature here too. It can make you much more lusty and in the need for greater intimacy, but it also goes side by side with Jupiter for the last 2 weeks of this month. When this happens, our desire to have something that we really want is even greater because Jupiter adds quite a lot of confidence to Mars. The problem is it could see you being too risk-taking around your resources. Go careful, particularly in the last week of the month, because remember, think about who holds the power. For example, if you do come up with a wonderful idea at work, then are you actually going to get the credit for it, or would it be better developing something privately? These are the type of issues you need to be reflecting upon. Now Mercury, your ruler, does end a backward journey on the 20th. And if you have been finding it difficult to get money in that's owed to you, or money generally has just been a frustrating part of the early picture in July, I do feel that it's starting to go forwards will be helpful to you. Also, the Sun moves into a fab location for you on the 22nd, and this can give you the opportunity to lighten things up a little bit, to break out, communicate, engage your mind, not be quite so caught up with all these issues around power, ownership, jealousy, possession, because they are going to be washing around very potently this month. But the full moon suggests that then again there may be an exchange of opinions. Maybe you're going to travel in the week or two following. What I would say is that as this month draws to a close, once more you're pitched back into this issue about business, about long-term investments, about property, and it may be something that you have to proceed very cautiously about. And the most important thing is not to get too carried away with your exuberance, or bet or invest in situations that don't give you a guaranteed return. If you are going to take a risk, it needs to be a calculated one. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.